Yes, sir. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to Thoughts of a Predicate Winner. We know what it is, man. The sole purpose of this channel is to react to, review, and break down music that pulls on your heartstrings, makes your soul bleed, or just gives you that oomph that you need to make it through the day. With that being said, I'm excited to bring y'all what I'm about to bring y'all. This one is actually more so of a breakdown than a reaction, as I've heard this song many, many times before, but it's been requested. Shout out to the boy, Daniel Prue. Thank you, brother. Through the Cash App tip, he has made his request all the way up to the top of the tip of the top of the tippy. Pause. And I'm excited to bring this to you guys, man. I've been waiting on somebody to request this. This is one of my favorite songs that came out last year, and I love both artists with all my heart, and it's incredibly relatable to me and my story. So, without further ado, if y'all are ready to get into it, let's do it. But before we do, please make sure to smash that like button and smash that subscribe button for me if you feel like I've earned it. And if you're feeling real froggy and you've already hit that subscribe button, go back and hit it again. Become a member. That's the best way to support this channel. Memberships, super chats, super thanks, Cash App tips in the description below. But thank you guys for all that you've been doing to help me and help this channel grow and propel this channel. It's working, bro. We're making our way through. So thank you all. And I'm excited to get into this one, man. So let's go ahead and do it without further ado. All right? This song is such a slap. Mama was a pill popping pretty little lady. My mama wasn't no pill popper, but I'm gonna break it down. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, I rock with this dog. Yeah.
Mama was a pill popping pretty little number 10 and bar at the Quality Inn.
Tell me the story, Jelly.
Every single day she was up in the stakes to a game that nobody could win.
Mama was a pill popping pretty little number 10 and bar at the Quality Inn. What he's doing is he's setting the tone here. He's painting the picture, right? If we're going to be an artist, if I'm going to relay this message to you and I'm going to articulate it in a way that's relatable, I want to make sure that I paint the picture vividly. So the person in character here, Jelly Roll, is telling you a little bit about his backstory, a little bit about where he comes from, his upbringing, right? So if this is your upbringing, obviously, it's no holds barred. You might grow up to be a little bit of a wild boy. You know what I mean? Might see some things, might hear some things that you shouldn't see at a young age. But nonetheless, it makes you who you are. It makes you a better man later on in life if you figure out a way to get through those obstacles, through those substances, and make it out to another side. It can really create a version of you that wouldn't be possible without the trials that you went through. So remember that when you're going through trials. And every single day she was up in the stakes to a game nobody could win. Think about what that means. So every day I'm out here making it worse on myself by trying to get better for just a moment. Making it worse on myself to get better for just a moment in time.
Her kids would stay the night with the neighbor.
Hey.
Mama wouldn't be home until later. We heard she was turning tricks for paper. That was just another Tuesday night in those trailers.
Let's go.
White trash, roots running deeper out of sea. Pain, pills turned to needles. The things I've done to numb these feelings is something that you can't outrun.
That is such well-written music right there, bro. White trash, roots run deeper. I done seen pain, pills turn to needles. Why do y'all think that is? A lot of y'all might not know, but you end up, you get on pills for whatever the reason is, whether you went to a doctor and got prescribed them for this or got prescribed them for that. But ultimately, what do you think it is? At the beginning of the song, he talks about Mama was a pretty little number 10 and bar at the Quality and staying at the Quality Inn. She was out there getting it, turning tricks for the paper. You know what it is. Now, if that is your mom and that is your scenario, you might not feel comfortable around normal people. That white trash root that runs deeper, bro. You might not feel comfortable around normal people. You might not feel the crowd that you're gravitating to at the time of adolescence and trying to grow into adulthood, you're trying to impress girls. You're trying to fit in with this crowd over here. You're trying to become a part of these other people's lives. You might not feel comfortable there. So what do? One day you take a pain pill and you get high and you realize that, oh, this makes me feel more attributed. It makes me feel like I belong a little bit more. I belong a little bit more with this crowd than I did without the pain pills. What does that do? It creates a dependency issue. Once you have that dependency issue and you run out of them pain pills, where do you go? Back to where the white trash roots run deeper and you end up getting involved in something that goes in a needle. You feel me? It's the same high. You know what I mean? So it's more, but it's the same, you know? So I already, just within 8 bars of this song, have so much relatability here. And it's not, my mama wasn't like that, but I knew people like that. And I knew that I fit in with specific crowds better whenever I had that opiate in me, whenever I had that amphetamine in me. So at the end of the day, the things that I've done to numb these feelings, to numb and suppress that my mom's out here turning tricks or that my dad's over here in prison, that's the relatable factor for me. Or, you know, just that things in my life don't go as well as this person in his life, but I want to be his friend and I want to communicate with him and be a part of this. What do? I pop them pills, bro. I pop them pills and anything that I can do to numb that feeling. And unfortunately, you find out around 24, 25, 26 years old, maybe earlier if you're lucky, maybe later if you're not so lucky, that this is all something that you can't outrun. You can't unlive who you are. Let's go. Hey.
I know women who sell love by the hour. I've seen men fall in love with the powder. I ain't kidding, y'all. I've seen fentanyl sneak in the deep end and sink in and then you die.
Jelly's a rapper, boy. I'm telling you. I know he's writing like country music now, but bars. I know women, he's not relating it to just one sex, bro. You could be a man or a woman and fall into this. I know women who sell love by the hour. I've seen men fall in love with the powder. I'm not kidding, y'all. I seen fentanyl sneak in the deep end, then sneak in and end it all. That boy's spitting. That's spitting.
I learned early that that's life. I seen dreams turn to ash at the end of a glass pipe.
I don't want to skip over that either. I learned early that that's life. Early, like what I was saying. When you're 10, 11 years old, your mama's out here turning tricks for paper, you might learn from an early age that you don't belong in the normal society bounds that everybody else belongs into. And sometimes that can turn you away from the normal society basis, which you might end up in the deep end. You get what I'm saying? And he's saying here too, like, I've seen dreams. Like, I've seen people like, I want to grow up to be a rapper. I want to grow up to be a singer, a musician, and they got the talent. Or I want, even simplistically, like, I want to grow up. I just want to own my own restaurant. I want to own my own shop. I want to sell clothes. I want to have my own clothing line. I've seen those type of dreams too, for real, turn to ash at the end of a glass pipe without even a second thought. And I'm going to tell y'all a story, bro, because whenever I was out there and I was on them opiates, I didn't realize how far off the deep end I had gone. I found myself in a restaurant one night while I was working, not even thinking nothing about it. I was like, man, I don't got anything. Went back there to the kitchen, started talking to a couple of people like, yo, you know where to get any of them things? You know where to get this? You know where to get that? And one guy just came out and talked to me and was like, yo, I got something, man, but I don't know if you want to go that hard, man. You'll end up selling your soul for this, which I applaud him for trying. But I literally like, what is it? H. I immediately said, yeah, let's do it. I didn't think about it. I didn't say, that's one of the ones I said I would never touch. Nothing. I just went and did it. Not a thought in my head about fatherhood, being a husband, creating a life and trying to make a life for my wife and for my kid. None of that. So my dreams could have easily turned into ash at the end of a glass pipe as well. And I've seen it hundreds of times. All the homies that I grew up with, man, maybe not a glass pipe necessarily, but I've seen their dreams turn to ash over the same behavior, for sure.
I learned early that that's life. I seen dreams turn to ash at the end of a glass pipe. White trash roots running deeper out of seen pain. Pins turn to needles. The things I've done to numb these feelings is something that you can't outrun.
Let's go, Yelawolf. Slamerican, dog. See, this is what I love about this song. Yelawolf is the man to me. He's all-time favorite artist, like one of my favorite artists, like top 3 all-time easily. Just artists, like all-around artists. I'm not saying he's my favorite rapper, none of that. I'm just saying like an all-around artist. It's like Ye, NF, Yelawolf, Eminem. Like I just, their artistry is just it to me. But what's so special about this song is Yelawolf brought Jelly Roll up, right? Like Jelly Roll wouldn't have, I don't think Jelly Roll would be even close to the person that he is in this music industry if it wasn't for Yelawolf. Not just because of the foundation that Yelawolf laid down, but because Yelawolf put his arm around him whenever he got home from prison and started making noise. Yelawolf put his arm around him and invited him into the Slamerican blueprint, the Losers Win Again, gave him all of that and set him off running, bro. And it just wouldn't be without Yelawolf. So Jelly gets Yelawolf to come back here on this song and close the song out with the message being, you know, early on, we had these traumatic experiences and we've seen all of these people around us, or even maybe some of us, that have fallen into the deep end and gotten addicted to these substances that we said we would never get addicted to because we've been living in hell. And you can't outrun these demons. That's the message of Jelly Roll. And then Yelawolf comes in. Nah, you can't outlive it. You can't outrun it. But what you can do is you can face them demons. You can embrace them demons, and you can make the best of what you got. And sometimes that turns into a success story.
And make the best of it. So let's go. Waking up to see another overdose that left me down and broke. I had to hit the bottle. Had an alcoholic uncle addicted to crack. I looked back and I had to hit the bottle.
Nah, we ain't just skipping through these bars. We're not here for a reaction. We're here for a breakdown. Waking up to see another overdose. I've seen this so many times that I'm becoming numb to it. It left me down, though, and broke, and I had to hit the bottle. So the irony of it, like I see somebody have an overdose and I turn to my substance. And I had an alcoholic uncle, so it runs in the genetics. He was also addicted to crack, and I look back and I had to hit the bottle. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like that's the connecting point in just these 4 bars. Like, waking up, I saw another overdose, left me down and broke. I had to hit the bottle. Had an uncle addicted to crack and alcohol. I look back, I had to hit the bottle.
I looked back and I had to hit the bottle. When mama got back on that powder, I could see in her eyes she was hollow. Baby girl was just doing the best she knew how to do, raising a son with no father. Going deeper, I won't even bother. Taking medicine, hold it and swallow. But I can't sit and rot like the center blocks underneath is so broken and
Fire, bro, fire. He's such a good rapper, man. Going deep, I won't even bother. Going deeper, I won't even bother. Take your medicine, hold it and swallow. It's cool. Like, I get it. What did he say early on in his career, bro? I come from the bottom, you ain't gotta put your dope away. But I can't sit here and rot like the cinder blocks underneath my old broken Impala. Can't do that.
underneath this so broken Impala. In the front yard I fell with the dogs, pushing up the weight but wasn't the weight bench. When Jelly was picking up calls, back in Antioch and taking the major risk.
Man, I keep trying to let it play out. All right, in the front yard I go with the dogs. Big dogs, they go out in the yard. Little dogs, They be sitting up on the porch. Big dogs go out into the yard pushing up weight, but there wasn't no weight bench. He's talking about moving weight. He's talking about moving pounds. He's talking about figuring something out to get himself out of this situation, which I don't think is a good way to do it. But, you know, I understand, like, you have to get yourself out of this slump. You have to get yourself out of this situation before you end up just becoming a repeated version of your uncle or a repeated version of your mom. So when Jelly was picking up calls back in Antioch and taking a major risk, so he's saying like they were both on this at the same time.
Back in Antioch and taking a major risk. I was in Alabama at the trailer park, banging my head on the wall before I could buy my little girl a doll. Before Eminem ever gave me a call.
Before I could buy my baby girl a doll. Before Eminem ever gave me a call. So back when Jelly Roll was taking these risks in Antioch, I was taking these risks in Alabama at the trailer park, and I'm just banging my head on the wall, bro, because I can't figure out how I want to move forward. I can't figure out how to get out of this rut. I got a little girl. I can't even buy her a baby doll, bro. I ain't even got enough money. I barely got enough money for food and diapers. I don't got no money for rent. I don't got no money to buy her a present. And then he throws that extra in there, bro, before Eminem ever gave me a call. Eminem is the one that gave him that call that, you know, trampoline affected him into the next stratosphere, bro. And that's part of why Yelawolf's foundation is so solidified, man, because how do you come from this situation of an Adam Calhoun or, you know, a Jelly Roll or this independent level, like before independent was the right thing to do or the dope thing to do, there was no independent. The internet wasn't striking at that point back then. You couldn't be independent on that level. And dog, Eminem just put his arm around Yelawolf and say, yeah, come on, bro. I believe in your talent. I believe it. And I see what you're trying to do. I'm rolling with it. I think that that's the best part of Yelawolf's story is just, you know, the greatest rapper of all time saw him, put his arm around him and say, yeah, this is dope enough for me to put my blueprint behind. And this is dope enough for me to co-sign another white boy. That's saying something, man. That's saying something.
Eminem ever gave me a call. I had that feeling that you have, but I hit that roof and a light flash. Look around, sit down and write that. And Yelawolf took off on.
That's my favorite part right there, bro. I had that feeling that you have, but I hit that roof and life flashed. So I look around, sit down, and I write that. I write this story that I'm telling you. That's what I write. I write that down, put it in the music, and Yelawolf took off. Next stratosphere, dog, on white trash. To me, that's the way to do it, bro. That's how you close that verse.
You have, but I hit that roof and a light flash. Look around, sit down and write that. And Yelawolf took off on white trash.
And what that does is that creates a full story effect for Unlive. So Jelly Roll is explaining the struggle, right? When you feel like there's no way out, and Yelawolf comes in on the back end, pause, and shows you that there is a way out. And you can do it by embracing your demons. And I disagree totally, right? Like, I think you should run away from your demons right into the arms of Jesus. But Yelawolf's a tough one, bro. I guess you know what I mean? But if you could do it that way, embrace it. Now, I wouldn't say embrace your demons, but I would say embrace your environment. Embrace what made you who you are and let it propel you. Because I have done that. I did say, okay, I can't change the past 24 years of my life, but what I can do is I can use that in this other life over here where I can and attribute my street smarts into salesmanship. Follow me? And I can make something out of myself out here. I got to quit waiting around for God to throw me a bone. I got to pray on it, and I got to get out here and I got to go get it. And after I got saved, God threw me bone after bone after bone after bone, and I capitalized off of it, and I did the best that I could on a daily basis, and I'm still out here doing the same thing. So I think that that's dope, because what that does in this song is it gives people that real sense of hope, you know?
White trash roots run deeper out of sea pain. Tears turn to needles. The things I've done to numb these feelings is something that you can't outrun. From
And then just the message of the song in general is you cannot unlive where you're from. You can't. It's a part of you forever. So with that, I would say that I agree. You need to embrace it. Just like I did. I had to embrace the hood in me. I had to embrace the outlaw in me, the country in me. I had to embrace who I was on all cylinders and quit trying to be something that I'm not, and use those cylinders to propel me into a different stratosphere in the same way that we were talking about Yelawolf. And I'm thankful to God for it. Because without God, I wouldn't be. Straight up. Super hard, man. Shout out to the lyric video on that one too. Whoever did that was actually pretty spot on. You missed like one. But nah, that's a super good song to me, and it's got super substance, and I love music like that because it's so relatable to me. So that song gets major replay value. Every time I see it rolling through my iTunes or rolling through my library, I'm like, yeah, run that one. Run that up. And I'm a big Yelawolf fan as it is, you know? And ultimately, even though it's an ugly story, I think that it's a positive story because it does tell you can't unlive where you're from, but that doesn't mean that it has to be the end. You can embrace it. You can make it a part of who you want to be, and you can always turn your life around and change and blow up from there. Now, my way of doing that is through Jesus. I got saved by grace through faith. Jesus is my King. Jesus is my Savior. Jesus is my Lord. He turned everything around for me. But I didn't, you leave behind the old and you embrace the new, but you can't unlive where you're from. Part of that is part of those shortcomings and really hard times made me who I am. Some of the stuff that I have suffered has made me a wise and better father because I think that God gave me the wisdom, the discipline, the structure, and the determination. But if I wouldn't have acted on it with what I learned in the streets and in the sticks, I wouldn't have been able to propel forward. So I'm thankful for it. I'm thankful for my trials. I'm thankful for my mishaps. I'm thankful for the horrible things that I have gone through in my life because it made me who I am today. And I know that people hear that all the time, and it almost sounds like a figure of speech at this point. But it's not, bro. It's really a part of your journey. You have to go through the hardships. So if you're going through hardships right now, try to remember to count them as blessings, as the Bible tells us, because once you get to where you're going, wherever that may be, it's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you better. So I love music like this just as a reminiscent of that. Shout out to Jelly Roll, man. He's on fire. He's made a lot of good music these past couple of years. And shout out to Yelawolf for making really good music for over a decade at this point. These two, when they link, not a miss, bro. Not gonna miss. I will say that newest thing, the trailer in the sky, that's not my jam as much as their other stuff, but it's still a little slap. It's a little bop, you know? But yeah, shout out to Slamerican. The losers win again. You know what it is. And I just want to say thank you to both of them for being able to articulate their thoughts in this way and put it on paper, throw it through a microphone, and see what the world's got to say about it. And with that being said, man, I'm out. But please believe, before we get out of here, this video will be claimed. I already don't get that many views on Jelly Roll, you know what I mean, or Yelawolf. This video will get claimed. So if you want to support this channel, if you enjoyed this breakdown, or if you want to have a breakdown of your own song, or you want me to react to something for the first time, just become a member. Hit that super chat, that super thanks, or the gift, or just go to the description below and throw me a Cash App bone, bro. That's the best way to support this channel. Everything, all proceeds do end up going back into the channel in some way, shape, or form. And I just want to say thank you to all the people that have done so. Now, don't think that you have to do it to support this channel. I definitely don't want that message getting out there. You can continue to support this channel just by clicking like and subscribe, playing the video, commenting. Those are all good ways to support the channel too, and I appreciate you even if you can't become a member or can't do any of those things. Just know that you're just as appreciated, and you can still request things. You just, I get a lot of these tips or whatever, man, and I have to shoot those up to the top. So that's just the way that it all kind of works out and tumbles down. But I'm appreciative of everybody. Please don't get it twisted. And with that being said, I'm at 25 minutes. It's time to get out of here. I love y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.